Good morning, everyone. It's January, and for the first January, and as long as I can remember, I am really enjoying this month. I'm outside. You can probably hear the baby goats crying in the background, and the horses are behind me in the fields. Everything's still kind of gray, and I'm looking forward to spring. But usually in January, I'm kind of down in the dumps. I'm sad that Christmas is gone and it's cold and, it just doesn't feel like a very good month. But this month has been very different for me. I'm really trying to take the time to reorganize, to regroup, to refocus on my business, on my personal life. And it's been a lot of what I've learned over the last few years that's taught me to appreciate these things. And I just wanted to create a little video to kind of share a little bit with you guys and invite you in to see a little bit more about yourself too. I took a temperament test about 5 years ago, and it revealed to me a lot about myself, a lot that I loved about myself, and a lot that I wanted to improve on and change about myself. And I have. It's been a process, but I really can say this feels good and this feels right. So I want to ask you, what's your foundation? That's such a simple question, but what is your foundation? Who are you at your core? I come from about 25 years in the construction industry, and I've designed lots of houses over that time period, hundreds of houses over that 25 years. And most contractors, builders, designers will agree that honestly your foundation is the key to everything. It's the key to everything. It doesn't matter what type of building supplies you purchase after you create your foundation. It doesn't matter how grand your building is. It doesn't matter how beautiful it is. It really doesn't matter. If your foundation is not secure and it's not founded on solid ground, if you don't understand it, if you don't understand how it's constructed, eventually your building will fail. Your structure will fail. It is the foundation that is holding you together. And I didn't even understand, for me personally, what my foundation was. Who was I? Who was I at the core? And just learning a little bit more about that helped me tremendously. I want to ask you a few questions like, when you go into a crowded room full of strangers, and how do you feel? Do you feel uncomfortable? Do you feel excited that you get to meet new people? Do you feel like, wow, this is a great experience. I'm energized from this. I can't wait to be there. Or do you walk in and you mingle and you try to make small talk and you try to make conversation and you walk out and you feel just so drained? That was just really, really, really tough on you. Or are you someone that just loves the idea of creating new things, and you, in my case, have that shiny penny syndrome where you can't wait to move to the next challenge and you love to start things, but it's tough for you to finish them. It's tough for you to follow through on the things that you start. It's not that they're not great things that you're starting, but you just lack that follow through. Or are you someone that loves your to-do list? Oh boy, you love to make those to-do lists. And then whenever you mark everything off that you have done, you feel a very, very, very strong sense of satisfaction. Questions like, when someone comes to you and tells you something, do you believe them because of your instinct, or do you need facts? Do you need proof? All these different questions. This is all part of our temperament. And whenever I really understood who I was, what my temperament was about, what my foundation was, and it was the same at 47 years old, which is what I am today. It's the same today as it was when I was 3. I mean, these are things that you were really born with. Yes, circumstances, yes, environment, things can change who we are, but at the core, we are who we are when we were in the womb. It's it's kind of ingrained in us. And what was so fascinating was to learn that even though I now knew myself and I knew what my core strengths were and what my core decisions were, was to also learn that I could build muscle around the things that I wasn't so great at. Maybe if I didn't enjoy going into that party and I didn't enjoy meeting new people and I felt very uncomfortable, just by understanding that and owning that gave me the power and the strength to do it differently. And now it's not such a challenge. And those projects that I took on that I never could find the courage to, or the energy or the excitement to finish, I have a muscle around consistency and commitment and following through even when the fun is over, following through with those commitments that I make. And these are all great things if you're trying to create a business, if you're trying to create relationships, if you're trying to understand yourself, if you're trying to understand your relationship with God or your family. So what I want you to do, if anyone is interested in finding out what their temperament scores are, if you want to know more about yourself, just comment below and say, yes, I'd love to learn more about me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the temperament test, and then we're going to set up a 30-minute coaching call so that I can help you understand why you maybe make some of the decisions that you make, and explain more to you about how important this temperament test can be. So if you're interested, just comment below and say, yeah, I'd love to do that. It's, no obligation. It's just something fun. It was hugely important in my life 5 years ago. When I say it was a game changer, it was really a game changer. So I'd love to offer it to someone else for free. If you're interested, just post below. And it was great talking to you on Friday. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.